Before I start talking anything related to Grand Theft Auto 4, I need to mention that GTA 4 holds a special place in not just in gaming history but also in my heart. Rockstar Games really outdid themselves with this one. The storyline is incredibly gripping, playing as Niko Bellic, a war criminal from Eastern Europe, navigating the gritty streets of Liberty City was an immersive experience like none other. The depth of character development and the morally great choices you faced would truly make this game stand out. The world is detailed to the max, with everything feeling as real as possible. However, there's one thing that I did not quite enjoy about this game. That was getting the Platinum trophy. I actually purchased the PlayStation 3 on eBay since I sold mine more than a decade ago. And I got Grand Theft Auto 4 and the Episodes from Liberty City Complete Edition copy. And that's when I begun this grind. Not only is this game basically, well, impossible to platinum for most people, but it also really tests you with most and some of the challenges that are here. It took me more than hundreds of hours to pull this off. So let's get into how exhausting it was to get the Platinum trophy on Grand Theft Auto 4, including 100% all of the DLCs as well. Now, to be honest, going through the base game and grabbing those trophies tied to the story missions was a treat that I remember, since I actually got quite a few of the trophies already since back in 2008 and 2009. Of course, comparing to some of those other shit that I had to dip my toes into for this Platinum, well, the story itself was just simply as a cakewalk. Liberty City Minute trophy was one of the only more or less missable one of the trophies related towards the story mode. I made sure not to stray off too far from the course, ensuring that I finished the story within 30 hours time limit. It was easily doable without feeling rushed. There were some character and story related trophies that are naturally unlocked as I progressed through the main story, achieving a milestone like an amassing of $500,000, unlocking all the islands for the full exploration, and completing missions like I'll Take Her and That Special One were significant markers, but they all just simply happened organically. What made it relatively simple was staying attentive to the story while simultaneously keeping an eye on the trophies that required specific actions or choices during the missions. Balancing these aspects ensured that I didn't miss out on any of the opportunities for other trophies tied to the character relationships and gameplay elements. Also, when you're aiming for the Platinum on this game until you finish the story, look nowhere else. Do not spend your valuable time doing anything else. It is pointless and will definitely screw you over if you miss that under 30 hours timing. But nevertheless, if you want to replay the game, well, go ahead. That's actually what I did, since I have replayed this story main game more than 15 times at this point. The story itself, however, was the shining gem of the game. The characters, intricate plot twists, and the tough decisions, the emotional depth of Niko Bellic's quest for redemption, and various plot arcs really kept me hooked throughout. After completing the main story, my focus shifted to hanging out with my in-game friends to unlock their special abilities. I must say this part of the journey felt less like socializing and more like surviving through a slogfest of boring hangouts. But it redeems for me when I could hear their chats and conversations and their inputs. Acquiring all the trophies related to friends in the game was necessary, but also a little bit of an annoying task. The process involved calling up each friend, hanging out with them, and doing various activities to boost their like percentage. Pole sharks, genetically superior, those street races by the way are quite intense, and other friend related trophies like driving Mr. Bellic, career service, retailer therapy, and order fulfilled required a fair bit of time investment. But I found a good balance by sprinkling in the miscellaneous tasks like scoring 180 with 3 darts or taking a helicopter tours in between these hangouts. It helped prevent burnout and added a bit more variety to the grind. Completing the side missions, particularly those required for Golden Key to the City trophy, felt like a mix of excitement and a bit of a grind. Taking down criminals through the police computer for clean the mean streets was a necessary task, and honestly it kept me on my toes. However, after catching around 10 criminals, it started to feel a bit repetitive. What's worse is that I had to double the number to 20. Assassin's side missions for Assassin's Greed trophy offered a different flavor to the gameplay. It was thrilling to track down and apprehend the most wanted, but even that got repetitive after a bit. Manhunt was the last one, but by far most annoying one. These side missions really tested my patience, but in their own unique ways were, well, relatively fun. The most annoying part of the grind came up when I went collectible hunting. Finding 200 of those pesky pigeons for the endangered species trophy was a real challenge. Scoring through the Liberty City to hunt down every single hidden package required some serious dedication. But hey, thank goodness for video guides and maps. They were lifesavers, providing precise locations and strategies to help navigate through this daunting task. The internet collective wisdom was invaluable to pinpointing those elusive pigeons. After that grind, there was a few of the random challenges to do first. The unique stunt jumps for the Daredevil trophy was exhilarating, and it was fun to do them. Delivering all 30 cars ordered through the text message for You Got the Message trophy was a bit more straightforward compared to the pigeons and stunt jumps, but equally as boring as the pigeons. Meeting all the random characters for the No More Strangers trophy was an interesting aspect of the game, and it was more exciting to meet the new NPCs than to keep finding those goddamn pigeons. The collectibles were annoying, that's the whole point of this part of this video, and once I was done finding the last pigeon, I got the key to the city trophy in my hands. Unfortunately, it wasn't over, something far worse was looming on the horizon. The final challenge that stood in front of me was none other than my mortal enemy, Grand Theft Auto 4's infamous multiplayer mode. I mean, this thing was not made for human consumption. It was a hard part of the earning that platinum trophy, and I was ready to commit for this grind. The servers are mostly empty, by the way, keep this in mind for what I'm about to say. The simplest of these trophies was Fly the Co-op. That one of the fact became highlight among the challenges. I mean, successfully completing missions like Dealbreaker, Hangman News, and Bomb the Base 2 within the time constraints was a true test of coordination and teamwork. It felt like a victory worth celebrating once we managed to pull it off. Everything else came afterwards was a pain. Trophies like taking it for the team, top of the food chain, and top of the midnight club demanded a lot of focus and competitive fortitude. Securing wins, racking up kills with pistols, and dominating in race against skilled opponents were feats that required not only skill but also a bit of luck to tip the scale in my favor. Striving for the highest personal rank in multiplayer for the wanted trophy was an uphill battle too. But considering the lack of the activities on the Grand Theft Auto 4 servers, opting for boosting partners or glitches was the only option. So I had taken this advantage and used the glitches, and thankfully I had a partner to help me out as well. And after more than a week of constant grind, we managed to get it done. This was also included in participating and winning every game mode that includes 108 races for me and 108 races for my partner as well, since he was going for the platinum too. Needless to say, that was an extremely boring and tedious grind. My day was made when I saw that Taking a Liberty Platinum trophy pop up on the screen. Never again, I said to myself, barely alive and struggling to think. My brain was numb from all that Grand Theft Autoing. Now, I did sort of mention that it took me more than hundreds of hours to complete. Well, I was also going for 100% trophies. So that meant that I had to get all the trophies for both of the DLCs, The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. About a decade ago, I actually got all the trophies for The Lost and the Damned, but I still needed to get the remaining 2 trophies in The Ballad of Gay Tony, and they're called Pass the Velvet Robe and Gold Star. It was annoying to replay missions to ensure high accuracy and at times having the right equipment, like a rocket launcher. This was crucial to getting specific missions related trophies and striving for that 100% completion. Striving for 100% completion in all missions was no walk in the park overall. Navigating through Ballad of Gay Tony DLC was thrilling and completely unnecessary torture that I did to myself just for the sake of it. Why? Who knows? I just said why not at the time and went with it. But it hurt. That much was remain true. But nevertheless, even after all that grind, I can confidently say that now I have finally got a platinum trophy and 100% on my favorite game of all time, the Grand Theft Auto 4 and the episodes from Liberty City. Each aspect of the game presented its own set of challenges and moments of triumph, and this was one of the biggest challenges that I have had to platinum so far. I will warn anyone looking to platinum this game, just don't. You'll live a healthier and happier life. For me, I don't honestly know what the future holds. I feel accomplished though, but I'm just tired. So let's see the adventures ahead with the inevitable release of the Grand Theft Auto 6. Thank you so much for watching, like and subscribe, see you guys all, and have a wonderful day.